the online learning or virtual learning or actual in-class learning. For example, in education for employment, we identified that some youth might not really commit to online learning, so we have to blend it somehow with pure learning plus online learning, just to make sure that they are committed to that. So we have to find ways of how we offer that knowledge and how we offer the skills. As for skills, basically whatever you learn to advance your career or whatever you learn as an entrepreneur is something that will be used both in your career, in your work life, and it will be also a treasure that will help you in managing your own life personally. So the way that you deal with your children at home is not really different from the way that you deal with clients or colleagues. You have to negotiate. You have to manage them in a way that excites them and make them do the right things. So basically, it's all linked. Whether it's skills for life or whether it is skills for the career. For example, our youth, when they come to our workshops or when they come to or join the training, for example, in Egypt, sometimes they lack the confidence. They know they do have the information, they do have the skills, but they don't have the confidence that is much needed for them to land that first job, to go into that interview and make sure that they are promoting themselves correctly and they are telling the right story. So for us, self-confidence is extremely important, and we do make sure that our youth have these skills. A lot of those skills are also not limited to in class. A lot of them can be developed through online, and as my colleagues here talked about, the reach of online, the way that online can actually break barriers, and the way that online can help knowledge expand exponentially, and provide these young people or even adults or even children across the world with the skills that we think will help them not only in their careers but also to lead a successful life. And of course, minimizing the conflict that we're seeing across the world right now is pretty much related to these skills.
Thank you. I'm glad that you brought up the point. In fact, parenthood is a crash course in leadership. You learn so many skills as a parent to negotiate, conflict resolution. There's so many of those skills, and I think as a woman, our employers also need to understand the skills that we're coming with, and also for them to give us opportunity to be home with children, so that we are building those skills in this way. But I think, Sandy?
I just want to add on that. It's very interesting to see and learn, at least from our researchers and meeting and chatting and discussing with a lot of women and girls throughout the entire programs that we are running. Actually, community is key on sustaining the educational learning cycle. So even though it's not only, it's an online learning, but community online is also a very effective kind of ways of sustaining the learning. And I think everyone is agreeing to that. And then even for me, myself, personally, that's also how I keep up my kind of learning system. Really, it's making sure that I meet these wonderful ladies, and then learning a lot of things from there, and then like immediately assessing the content, the learnings, and making sure that I share that to other people, to other women, to other girls. And I think that's what's amazing to see as well, that people, when they are given this kind of sort of a sense of responsibility, that they are responsible to another people in their life, that's how the cycle of learning is going to.
Thank you. I see we have a little bit time, so I'm going to speed up a little bit on the question. If you could talk a little bit of maybe a combination of 21st century training and learning and education, how does it look like? And what are those 21st century skills? What is new? What is it that the labor market is asking for us? And also specifically what your organization is doing in this field. I would also like to ask Edie if you could also talk a little bit about partnerships, the importance in this space of partnerships, and that we no longer can work alone.